Hey guys, this is Dad's Toys and Things, and this is my Canon R50. Now, this is a great camera. It's very light, it's very compact, but there is one thing that I don't like about it. If you look here, this is the hot shoe. It doesn't have the traditional 5-pin. Instead, you have that multi-interface. I don't know if you could see it right in there. And that only means that I'm not going to be able to use the traditional flashes that I have, like this one. This is the 430EX2. Now, in order to use the traditional flashes, I need to get this adapter. And I did a review on this thing, and I'm going to post it in my description. So if you want to take a look, you can always check the link below. Now, for a while I've been looking for the flash that actually fits this particular camera, and I found it finally. This is the Canon Speedlite EL-5. And the box on this thing is really big. Look, there's the box. This is the camera. This thing is big. I don't know why they had to make that box like this, but let's open this thing up. Oh, see that? Take that away. And here you go. What else is inside? What is this thing? The battery. This flash uses a, what kind of a battery is this? It looks like an LPE6, but it is bigger. Okay, so this is the LPEL. Okay. And here you go. This is the Speedlite EL-5. It doesn't look that big, but let me show you. Here you go. This is the 430EX2, and this is side by side with the EL-5. Look at that. This thing is massive. Now, compare it to my Godox. I have a Godox TTC685 2C. Let's see. Now this 2C is big. There you go. It's almost as, it's the same height, but I think this is a little bit wider. Yeah, just a bit wider, just a bit, but it's almost the same size as this one. But if you look at the bottom, this is what I am looking for. This interface right here, which is gonna go in my Canon R50. Of course, with this particular interface, you're not gonna be able to use it with the regular Canon camera, which means probably about 96% or more of the camera, or the Canon camera out there, you're not gonna be able to use this. Let's put on the battery. And it doesn't come with any charger. I believe this will charge in an existing, if you have the LPE6 charger, it should charge, or the LPE6N. I gotta find, I don't have that anymore. I sold my 80D some time ago, so I have to get another one. That's the only drawback that I can think of right now without testing it yet, is that you have to buy a separate charger. But Let's see. There you go. Now I don't have to use this adapter. Yeah. And let me tell you, one of the things that I found out about using this particular adapter, the ADE1, with the TT6852 and the Canon R50, I did have issues. And maybe I could document that one day, but what's happening is that this thing, when paired with this R50, it's causing some errors. One of them is the error 70, and then another one that I've seen, although it's a little bit of random, is it wouldn't allow the camera to shut off when this thing is on. I don't know if that's with this specific flash, but I don't have that issue with this particular adapter, and my 40EX2. Now, the error 70 that I mentioned a while ago, when I'm using this with the adapter and the Canon R50, when I'm in a dark, dark environment, and this thing is trying to get some focus with the camera, every now and then I would get that error 70, and the only way that I could get out of it is to remove the battery of the camera, and then it will, reset. So let's try this. Now, I'm not going to do a tutorial on how to use the flash. I'm just going to show you the very basics. There you go. Turn it on. Get it on. And there you go. The Astro Boy right there. And turn on. Oh, there you go. It's charged. It's already charged. Oh, see this thing? Lamp. What does it do? Oh, so this thing has a built-in lamp. So if you just want to use, can you see that? There you go. If you just want to use it as a some sort of a pill light, you can. And oh, I locked it. There you go. So apparently with this particular battery, you're gonna get up to 350 flashes before you have to recharge. I haven't tried that, but we're gonna see. So let's try it, without making any adjustment. Let's see. There you go. And that's a nice splash right there. See that? That's a nice splash. No adjustment. Straight from the camera. And here you got different menus. I got the mode. Well, you can, I'm gonna unlock it. Okay. Okay. Now, if you notice, this is not on lock mode, right? But anything that I pressed here, it says lock. Okay. And the reason for that is I set the camera to auto. Look at that. This is an auto. So if I wanted to use that, I had to switch it over to program mode, for example, and now I can go through the menu system. Okay, just go to the sub menu. Again, I'm not going to do a tutorial for this, but I could show you some of the basics, right? For example, if you wanted to change the mode right here, there is a joystick in the middle. It's very small, but it's very accessible. So if let's see, if I press this down, then you can see the menu. You got the ETTL, you got the manual, then I can use this bezel right here to go through the different menus. So I could do manual, I could do ETTL, and if I toggle it to the right, then I could change the strength of the flash right there. And if I go here and I go up and I go here and sorry, to the left, now I can select wireless off. If I could do link it, it could be a sender or a link shot as well. I gotta test that still. I haven't tested that yet. And you have the sub menu here. You got different functions, a lot of functions right here. If you look at this, if it's whether it's a receiver or a sender. And here again, I press the modeling lamp. I'm supposed to press the back button right here. Okay, I could clear those custom functions, and there's the program functions right here. So quick, link shot, direct, IPM, and so on and so forth. And then again, I could clear that if I wanted to, and if I just want to look at the information, there you go. The battery information, I got 92%. I got the firmware version right here, and if I wanted the certification logo display as well. And there you go. And since this is in an ETTL automatic zoom, I got 35mm, but I have this 18-105 lens, so I could zoom it and you can see that thing is changing. See that? There you go. Go back. And up to 135mm. So let's see what that does. If I could. Okay. There you go. So that's another effect right there. You can see nice background there, and I could also change this just like the just like the other flashes, and I could take the same picture, and there you go. So you can see the difference from the flash bouncing off the ceiling, and then this one direct. Okay, you could also, of course, just like any other flash, you could tilt it to the side, and let's go and take that picture again, and there you go. This is the one where the flash is on the left. I could do the same thing, flash on the right. Nice, very nice. See, I haven't done any adjustment on the flash itself. This is right out of the box, popped into the camera, and then just select ETTL, and yeah, see this is taken with the flash pointed to the right, pointed to the left, pointed to the ceiling, and direct. The only thing that I notice here, I don't know if you hear that, it's a little bit noisy. It's a little bit noisy. Yeah, there you go. But that's fine. And let's see what happens if I do a continuous shot. Okay, let's try the low speed continuous shot. See that flash right there? That's amazing. So that's the low continuous shot. So let's try the high continuous shot, if this recharges fast enough for the high continuous shot. Let's try that. You see that? So let's see if it missed any flash. No. Holy. The recharge time of this is amazing. Amazing, right? So even with a high continuous shot, it's able to follow the camera That is so nice. Wow. I mean, I don't think I could do that with a flash and a AA battery with this one. Recharge time. And here, look at that. So if you're shooting wide, of course, you can also pull this, and you also have this optional right here. I don't really use this much, but if you look here in front, and the reason why this works with the mirrorless cameras is it's not using a red focus assist lamp. If you look here, this one is using a red focus assist lamp right there, but this one is using white lamp, those two. And at the same time, you can also use it as a pill light. And this is, again, how it looks like on the Canon R50. It's huge, it's massive, but it works. And I don't have to use this adapter that adds more height to it, and probably in the long run something will break, but that is nice. See this? I'm gonna show you again. This is the continuous shot. Let's see. High speed continuous. It did not miss any shot. That is so nice. And these are all the different flashes. There you go. So I am happy. I'm happy that I found this flash. I wasn't even looking anymore when I found this. I was actually browsing for something else, and then I just saw this as an ad somewhere, and I was like, okay, this is not the EL-1. The EL-1 is huge, it's massive. I think it's much bigger than this, and this is cheaper than the EL-1. So I just gotta have it. Again, this is how it looks. And as you can see, I made some changes to my R50. I am now using a cage. This is the newer cage. I'm also going to put the review of this cage down in the description so you can take a look. And this one is a NATO rail that I have here. I just put this NATO rail here, and I'm not really going to put anything in here like a handle or something. And the reason why I got this is when I grip my camera, see this? It adds a little bit of a padding here. So my hand is positioned exactly where I want it to be. Right? So there you go. This is how I want to hold my camera. And this added padding, as I call it, here, that does the trick. And once again, thank you for watching. I mean, I really appreciate a lot of you watching my videos. And I'm just a hobbyist. I'm not a professional photographer by any means. I am just a dad with a lot of toys and a lot of things. Two of the things that I like, and photography is one of them. I'm not a professional photographer. This is just something that I do on the side. I love taking pictures, and I love, you know, putting stuff on my camera as well. There you go. And as always, please don't forget to click that like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you'll know when a new video is out. And I will see you on my next one. Bye.